Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we distill your source material into, well, the essential insights.
That's the plan.
Today we're plunging into the very first session notes of a new tabletop role-playing game campaign. We're looking at the Cobalt Champions' newly reformed Gauntlet squad, their induction, and their first mission.
Yeah, it's a really intriguing first look at this world, Solstice.
Yeah.
Magic is, well, it's often feared there, and you've got these empires constantly clashing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll dig into the dynamics of this pretty unique group of adventurers and the surprises they hit almost immediately.
All right, let's get into it then. It kicks off with the induction, right? This new Gauntlet squad. They seem handpicked by this mysterious Mr. Zephyr character.
Definitely seems deliberate, and their motto is pretty bold. Where monsters fall, justice rises. Sets a high standard.
It does. So who's in this squad? It sounds like quite a mix.
Oh, it really is. Almost like it's designed for, interesting friction as much as teamwork. You've got Echo, the half-elf warlock. He's the leader, looking for his lost mother.
Okay, warlock leader.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then there's Chuck Ironroot. He's a half-orc ranger, very grounded. He's actually Echo's get-back coach. Apparently. Keeps him from wandering off.
Okay. A necessary role, maybe.
Seems like it. Then Finn, a human bard keeping spirits up. Alexander Crowley, another half-elf warlock, but he sounds like more of an instigator.
Uh-huh. 2 warlocks.
2 warlocks. Plus Sylvain Shadow Dancer, a half-elf rogue, your stealth expert. Lilith, a half-elf sorcerer. She's got this mysterious past, kind of observing everyone.
Right.
And rounding it out is Valea Sunshield, an Aasimar paladin. So, celestial-blooded, driven by justice, a real moral compass in the group. It's quite the ensemble.
Absolutely. Feels almost like a test Mr. Zephyr setup. So their first assignment comes from Gaia Steelblade at Helm, which is like their HQ.
Yeah, central command for the champions.
And it sends them to Oakfield. It's in the Cretian Empire. They're looking into missing people, missing livestock. Standard stuff, maybe?
You'd think. But before they even leave, Echo gets this artifact, the World Keeper Scepter. They nickname it Plank.
Plank. Okay.
Yeah, apparently it's great for information, communication. A key tool. And you see their group dynamics start forming even just on the journey there.
How so?
Well, it's interesting how quickly their personalities came out. Finn's playing music, keeping morale up. Valea, Crowley, and Syl are keeping watch. Vigilant.
Makes sense.
But Echo. He's constantly scouting around, curious, and Chuck is literally there, just pulling him back, reinforcing that get-back coach thing.
Okay, so that bond is clear early on.
Definitely. And Lilith is just watching, taking it all in, cautiously.
So day 2 on the road, something happens.
Yes, Valea spots something. Fresh wagon tracks, but also these weird, distorted footprints going off the main road. Looks like something heavy was dragged.
Ooh, okay. Not so standard anymore.
Not at all. Echo, being the leader, decides they need to follow those tracks. They use Plank to contact Helm.
And what does Helm say? Chase the weird tracks?
Actually, no. Helm's directive is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Stick to the plan, go to Oakfield first, gather info there, and then backtrack to the tracks if it still seems relevant. Strategic thinking.
Sensible. Okay.
And Mr. Crowley, he's the pragmatic one here. He immediately starts mapping the exact spot where the tracks leave the road, for later reference. Very detail-oriented.
Good thinking. So they get to Oakfield. What's the situation?
The townspeople are pretty distraught, kind of withdrawn. But the real kicker, they run into another group of monster hunters there. Amateurs.
Rivals. Or information.
Both, maybe. These hunters talk about sudden attacks. A big dog creature, they call it. There were ground tremors. Burrowing holes appear.
Burrowing. Okay, that's specific.
Very. And this leads to, a bit of Gauntlet internal drama. Crowley decides to handle these rivals. How? He bribes them to leave town.
Okay. A bit blunt, but maybe effective.
Well, yes, but then Syl, the rogue, she immediately pickpockets some of that bribe money right back. Stealthily, of course.
Okay, team finances are complicated.
Apparently. But then Crowley, maybe feeling, territorial, he uses vicious mockery, basically a magical insult spell, on one of the hunters as they're leaving.
Oh, come on. Why?
Impulsive, overzealous, who knows? But it nearly starts a fight. Luckily, Finn the Bard jumps in, casts sleep on the entire hunter group, puts them all out before it escalates.
Wow. Okay, so Finn's the quick thinker, saving the day from their own teammate. They definitely have things to work out.
You could say that. So after that excitement, they use Plank again. Cross-reference the description of the big dog.
And Plank knows.
Plank knows. Identifies them as juvenile bullets. Think. Land sharks. They burrow, they sense movement through the ground. fits perfectly.
Brand sharks, got it.
And Plank adds a warning. Where there are juveniles, adults might not be far behind. Bigger problems.
Right, so it's bullets, but what about those original tracks? The dragged footprints?
Ah, see, that's the twist. Guy's Steelblade updates them via Plank. Those tracks, the uneven drag marks, consistent with newly captured slaves and manacles.
Oh, that's much darker.
Much darker. So they're two separate threats now, Gaius tells them. Focus on the bullets for now, the immediate danger to Oakfield. But do not engage in adult bullet den alone. Help is coming, another squad called the Greaves, but it'll take months.
Months. Okay, so they're on their own with this for a while.
Pretty much. And as the session ends, they're getting ready to head into the pastures, look for bullet signs, look for the missing people.
And there was something about Lilith.
Yeah, a little moment of maybe team cohesion. Crowley, despite his earlier stunt, notes Lilith doesn't have armor, so he plans to cast mage armor on her regularly, a protective spell.
Huh. Okay, maybe there's hope for them working together smoothly. Eventually.
Eventually, maybe. So, summing up this first dive, they get inducted, get Plank, and boom, thrown into a double mystery.
Yeah.
You've got dangerous burrowing monsters and the really grim possibility of slavers operating nearby.
That's a lot for session 1.
Totally. It really highlights their individual skills, but also their clashing personalities, doesn't it? Crowley's impulsiveness, Finn's quick save, Sill's stealth, Chuck keeping Echo grounded.
Yeah.
And that tension between just, reacting versus their actual mission where monsters fall, justice rises, it's already pretty clear.
So the big question for you listening in is, how does this squad handle it all? They're so different, each with their own baggage, facing these really complex, layered threats. And while they need to figure out how to work together too, their first steps were definitely shaky.
Which honestly makes watching what happens next all the more interesting, right?
With a wink and a play.